Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm Sheldon, and this is Behind the Enthusiast. Today, we're going to be changing the summer wheel setup off my 2017 Ford Focus RS over to winters. Now, I'm going to show you guys what you should have already set up in order to switch your wheels over. So, for anyone who has done wheels before, obviously, this should be a cakewalk for you guys. For those of you who maybe haven't done it in a while, maybe you're going to forget a step, this is going to be a checklist of what I do anytime that I swap my wheels out. So let's get into it. So to start off the checklist, obviously you want to have your car jacked up, ready to go. If the car is too low, like my Ford Focus RS, if you guys have lowered cars, obviously you're going to have to use pieces of wood here to kind of get that extra height so you can get your jack underneath. So this is all ready to go. I've already centered that. I do use a piece of wood on this particular setup. You guys might want to use a piece of wood as well. Just make sure that everything is centered, regardless of where your jack points are on the car. Make sure they're centered. Make sure that you have all your tools. I also have a wire brush and some grease because wheels like to be stubborn and they don't want to come off. So what you're actually going to be doing is dealing with this. Now this is all rust. So what you want to do is wire brush this stuff, this surface right here, both of those, and you want to get as much of that rust off as possible. Then use some grease. I have, as you guys can see, just some wheel bearing grease there. You could probably get away with some other type of grease or lubricant, but that is what I'm using for now. So you want to do that because it is going to be a pain in the butt to get these wheels off down the road. Now, obviously, depending on the conditions, you might want to have a set of gloves and tools. If you guys have a torque bar, like a one where you can actually put the settings on it, I do have one in the garage. I don't have that out right now, but those come in handy for actually putting the proper torque spec onto your lugs. That is super, super important. You do not want your lugs coming loose and a wheel falling off. Now, the one thing you guys want to do is rotate your tires. So if these are on the front right now, I want to make sure that these ones go on the back next summer. So what I generally do is I put little sticky notes. So left front, right front, whatever, right? You get the idea. So I put these little sticky notes on the tires so that I know when I put them away for the winter, they're ready to go. Now, make sure that your wheels are actually in good condition. This is the one thing that I'm going to be talking to you guys about right now. So this wheel, as you can see, grooves look good. However, you guys should be able to see this. There is a little bit of cracking starting to form there. Now, for the most part, this one is pretty good. I don't think this one is actually that bad. But you guys want to make sure that your wheels are actually in good condition, both when you're taking them off of the car and when you're going to put them on as well. So this one, like I said, does have a little bit of cracking showing up right there. You can kind of see it in between the grooves. Starting to crack just a little bit. So keep an eye on that. However, I do have a bad example here, or a good example of something bad. See how this one doesn't have that groove anymore? So this is super, super worn. I'm not entirely sure I believe it could be from cupping, which I will go into maybe in a future video, go over all those details of what is going on with the tires. But today we are strictly doing, you know, the swap and the inspection. So you guys want to keep an eye on those things. Obviously, if you have some tires that are kind of worn, you want to put those on the rear of the vehicle because you don't want to have shitty tires on the front where you're steering. You want those to be your best tires. That is what I have been advised over the years. So that is what I generally do. So this one starting to look rather bad. So it is going on the rear. And again, there's some cracking. So it's probably a good idea to use these maybe one last season, and that is it. And again, the rust. This is the other tire. This is going on the rear as well. This one doesn't seem to have as bad of a problem, so it looks like maybe when they swapped out my end link on the car, they might have not done a proper alignment. However, this tire looks pretty good. This one has a really good tread on it. Perfect example. So, as you guys can see, tires do not all wear evenly. So keep that in mind. Obviously, tires are only good for a certain amount of time, unless, of course, you're really hard on them, and then you need to change them even sooner than you normally would. So if you guys are unsure of any of this stuff, leave some questions down below. I don't know everything, obviously, but I have been doing this for a very, very long time. I've learned pretty much everything from my friends who are mechanics or my dad. So my knowledge base is all based on that. It's all based on other people's experiences. I trust those people. I've always done things the exact same way every single year. It does not matter. And I've never been misled. I've never had any issues whatsoever. If anything does look unsafe on the vehicle, obviously you just change it out. Right? I mean, I know this is probably not the best time to be doing it just before the winter. However, if you guys are ever in doubt of anything being unsafe on your car, take it into a dealership, take it to a mechanic, whoever it is that you want to bring your car to, get a professional opinion, and if they say, yeah, you can run it for one more season, this is exactly what I'm doing, running my tires right now. But if they say, one more season and that is it, that means do not run them again. So take it for what you will, but that is what I do. Obviously, I'm going to swap these wheels out. If I find any issues with the summer ones, I'm going to make note of that. And again, you do the same type of inspection all the way around, and you also want to check for nails, which I already have one in the right rear, so that has to get fixed. Yep, and that's a nail. And I also am missing a valve stem cap because when I was pumping up the tire, because it's leaking so often, forgot to put it back on and I ran it over. So it's garbage. So I need a new one. So hopefully this is just a good reminder of what you guys should be looking for. This is basically a checklist. I'm not advising you guys to follow this to the T. Obviously, everyone has their own way of doing things, but this is basically just what I do. And if I missed anything, leave a comment down below. Let me know if there's something that I've overlooked, if there's something that I've missed. Obviously, I'm not perfect. You know, this is a channel where I'm basing all of my videos on my knowledge, which is constantly changing. Obviously, tomorrow I might find out some new information, which is great. Like I said, I don't know everything. We're constantly learning, but the whole point is to learn together, share our information, and become better than what we were yesterday. Well, guys, that is it for this one. I know I did a lot of talking, but I just want to make sure that you guys know exactly why I'm doing these videos. This is a series where I am always working on my own projects, right? If I change the wheels out on my own car, obviously I want to be doing it properly. I want to be doing it safely. If you guys think that you're doing something unsafe and you notice something in my video which is actually safer, obviously, smash that like button. You know, leave a comment. Let me know that I'm helping you guys out. And help me out if I've missed something on my end as well. So, basically, again, we're just sharing information. We're trying to get the best result possible, and the only way to do that is to actually make these videos, make mistakes sometimes, and just be humble enough to know that you don't know everything, and there's always going to be someone else out there who knows more than you do. So stay humble. Now, if you guys like this video, make sure to smash that like button so I know that it's working. If you guys have any comments or questions, like I've said several times in this video, leave them down below. And be sure to subscribe so you guys don't miss out on future content on the channel, and I will catch you guys in the next one.